Imagine that you're in the middle of a shift, looking at the call light and thinking, is this really what the next 20 years of my life will look like? If you've ever asked this question, you're not alone. I promise you, in 16 years of recruitment, I've talked to hundreds of nurses that were at the same exact crossroads. There is a very profound difference between being burned out and being called to something else. So, what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to tell you to stay, and I'm not going to advise you to leave. My job today is to share the Word of God, and I pray that it will serve you as food for thought. So, today, we're going to look at Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. It tells us to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Let's walk through the distinction between the season of endurance and the season of exit. If you're feeling the tug to leave before making a permanent decision in a temporary moment of exhaustion, let's consider these three steps. The first is the garden test. God promises to satisfy you in a sun scorched land. But now you have to ask yourself, are you actually sun scorched? Or perhaps you're just thirsty. Try this. If you can, take 48 hours away from the unit. If you return and feel an immediate sense of dread, the sun scorched feeling may very well be real, and it's a sign to leave the work environment or culture. But if you return still feeling a sense of mission, but no longer for your department or role, then the issue just might be placement. So leaving the overall profession might not be the answer, just a change of scenery and responsibility. Now for the purpose prevails audit. The Bible tells us in Proverbs that many are the plans in a person's heart, but the Lord's purpose prevails. So write down your vision, or in this case, make your why plain. Why did you become a nurse? Was it to heal? Was it to teach? Or perhaps you were called to lead. If you can still fulfill that why, but just in a different nursing role like education, administration, or advocacy, your path has not changed. So don't throw away your entire purpose just because this particular path has become rocky. That leads to the final courageous next step. Joshua tells us, be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. So fear is the worst advisor. If you leave, let it be because the Lord called you to something else. Do not let it be because you're running away from something. But by that same token, if you stay, stay because you are called to this floor, this clinic, this office. Do not stay put because fear of the unknown suddenly paralyzed your faith. The bottom line, God is in the leaving just as much as He is in the staying.